The anime of Bleach second season delivered many things that Bleach fans had been eagerly waiting for. Just the fact that we got to witness the adaptation of this arc into anime with its animation, voice acting and visual representation of the characters in episodes was something that a few years ago felt like impossible dream. And through the anime we saw many Bankai we had only seen as a gameplay elements in Bleach Brave Souls, such as the Bankai of Zankan Tachi, Unohana's Bankai Minazuki, Rokia's Bankai, Rinji's new Bankai, Rosa's Bankai, and of course the Bankai of Kyoraku, and many things. And also we got to see Bankais that we hadn't seen in the manga, like Shinji's Hiraku's Bankai and Senjimaru's Bankai. However guys, despite all this, there are still some Bankai that we haven't seen yet, such as Isshin's Bankai. Isshin's appearance in the manga was limited to the flashback of Everything But the Rain, as well as when he accompanied Ryuken to give Uryu that arrow, and beyond that, we haven't seen much of Isshin. In the anime, during the flashback scenes of Everything But the Rain that featured Isshin while he was still a captain, an important reference to Isshin's Bankai was removed. And this reference, guys, was about the risk that Isshin faces if he activates his Bankai while suffering a severe wound. That's why, guys, we need to delve deeper into this topic. What was the reason Aizen made that statement about Isshin's Bankai? And what might the true power of Isshin's Bankai be that makes it so difficult and risky to use? And so guys, if we take a closer look at Isshin's Zanpakuto, we notice that it's surrounded by a great deal of mystery, just as Isshin himself was shrouded in mystery when he first appeared in his Shinigami uniform. Back then all we knew was that Isshin was a Shinigami with a special uniform, a badge on his shoulder and a Zanpakuto, and this left many fans speculating about his true identity. Some even said that he might have been a member of the Royal Guard due to the badge on his shoulder, while others believed that he was a captain of the 10th Division. However, in Isshin's first appearance, when he fought the Grand Fisher, there was no clear indication of his true identity, aside from the fact that his powers had returned after 20 years and that Orohara Kisuke was somehow involved in this. And during his fight against Grand Fisher, Isshin used his Zanpakuto in its sealed state and easily killed him. And so we couldn't figure the type of his Zanpakuto or even its name. And later when Isshin appeared again to confront Aizen Sasuke, this was the first time he used one of his Zanpakuto techniques, Getsuga Tensho. And that was a special moment and a special scene, guys. Whether in the anime or the colored manga version, the Getsuga Tensho attack appeared as a blue energy, resembling blue Ryatsu, the same color as the Getsuga Tensho of Ichigo used in his Shikai form during the first season, of course. However, in the new season, guys, the correct color of the Getsuga Tensho is shown to be yellow. As for Isshin Kurosaki or Isshin Shiba, if we back to how Kobo described Isshin's way of activating Getsuga Tensho, we know that the attack combines fire and Isshin's Ryatsu, and this had been addressed in one of the answers of Kobo. In his answer, he clarified that Isshin gathers fire and Ryatsu to unleash Getsuga Tensho as a direct attack. That's why I think Isshin's attack in that scene might not have been portrayed as intended, and the studio simply made a mistake, as they did with the Getsuga Tensho of Ichigo. And regardless of the color, it's clear that Ichigo inherited this technique from his father, and the origin of the Getsuga Tensho technique is still shrouded in mystery. Is it a technique exclusive to the Shiba family, or did it originate with Isshin himself? And I don't think about the last possibility, because Isshin later taught Ichigo the final Getsuga Tensho, which suggests that this technique has deep roots that might go back to their ancestor. And in those scenes, guys, Isshin revealed the name of his Zanpakuto for the first time, Ingitsu, and so it was similar to the name of Zangetsu, which also carries the name of the moon. And so guys, in the final arc, we finally got to learn about Isshin's past. It was revealed just as many had speculated that he was the captain of Squad 10, taking up the position after the disappearance of the Vizard. And this is why Shinji Hiraku couldn't recognize Isshin's Ryatsu. Another crucial point, guys, in this discussion is that Aizen Sasuke had significant knowledge about Isshin and his abilities, which highlights just how terrifying Aizen really is. Even if you know little little about him or barely notice his presence, he already knows everything about you. As Kobo once explained, not all captains are aware of each other's techniques. However, Aizen Sasuke was shown to know not only about Isshin's Zanpakuto, but even his Bankai, and this either means that Aizen had seen the Bankai of Isshin or that he somehow obtained information about it. And these guys made me think that Aizen might have had a particular interest in Isshin, or more specifically the Shiba family. Let's not forget that the previous captain of Squad 10 was killed during Aizen's time in the society, back when he was still a vice captain. Additionally guys, Isshin's nephew Kai and Shiba was killed by a hollow created by Aizen. At the time, Isshin was still a captain in the society, and we also know that White was created based on a Shinigami, and the identity of this Shinigami is still a mystery. That's why I suspect it's possible that the body used to create White belonged to either Kaien or the former captain of Squad 10, who may have also been a member of the Shiba family, exactly Isshin's brother. And if either of these possibilities is true, it would explain why Aizen had prior knowledge of Isshin's Bankai, because he had been keeping an eye on the Shiba family all along. Now guys, let's talk about Aizen's conversation with Tosen, which was removed in the anime. So when Isshin fought White, he initially used his sealed sword to analyze the nature of his opponent, and Isshin quickly realized that White was a hybrid, a mix of Shinigami and Hollow, and that he wasn't acting on his own but was controlled by someone. And after that we seen the Shikai of Isshin for the first time, which turned out to be a fire-based Zanpakuto. The release of his Shikai was Burn Ingetsu, and during this time Aizen was watching the battle and concluded that if Isshin unleashed his Bankai, it would mean the end of White, because Aizen was already aware of the great power of Isshin's Bankai. However, every Bankai has a weakness, and Isshin's Bankai no exception. The weakness of Isshin's Bankai lies in the fact that he cannot sustain any significant injuries before activating it. And Aizen explained that Isshin's Bankai causes devastating effects on his body, meaning that even if Isshin isn't injured, the sheer power of the Bankai itself inflicts significant physical strain on him. And in this sense, Isshin's Bankai could be compared to Zaraki's Bankai, a power so overwhelming that it causes harm to the user's body unless they have complete control over it. And in the same context, Isshin himself stated that with a such wound, he couldn't focus his Ryatsu properly. From this we can conclude two main points guys. First of all, Isshin's Bankai possesses a great power, great destructive power, that even his own body suffers damage as a result. And secondly, he needs to focus his Ryatsu specifically to activate it. That's why guys, I believe the real reason lies in the fact that Isshin's Ryatsu must be focused in his blood, and this would explain why he shouldn't be injured, because any wound would cause blood loss. And as we have seen, Isshin is capable of using his blood to enhance the strength of his flames. Therefore guys, it's highly likely that his blood serves as the key driver behind his Bankai's power. It's possible that Isshin channels his Ryatsu into his blood to activate his Bankai, which puts his body at a significant risk if he doesn't use it properly. That's why guys, I think the main reason found in the blood. And now the big question is, when we will see the Bankai of Isshin? Are we even gonna see it? I think it's gonna happen in the 4th core, maybe against Yuaba, before Yuru and Ichigo intervene, especially since Isshin and Ryuken, both their wives, were killed by the hands of Yuaba. In the end guys, what do you think about Isshin's Bankai? Tell me your opinions about his mechanism of work, and see you guys in my next video.